At that as a defense college, I assume that you have intakes of both men and women, and that at least if not in the sites, maybe in your permanent sites, adequate arrangements are being made for the female members of the college, as I anticipate that in the future we will be having more and more women in the military. So I would like you to tell me some of the things that you're doing. Also, if you have a way to try and encourage more women to join the military. Those are my questions.
His Excellency, distinguished Senator Ojizoka, distinguished Senators and President, College Secretary, Directors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like my tenure here as Commandant, and we're most delighted to have you in our midst today. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Thank you for listening to our brief and also for bringing out these points, which of course I will try my best to respond to. First of all, to the chairman's concerns, the college does not share facilities with the staff college, because of what the staff college is filed from us in Jaji. But rather, we do support the staff college with our infrastructure like buses and other transport infrastructure when they have tours. Because the number of students that the staff college has to cater for is quite high. So when they have to embark on tours within Nigeria, we do support them with our vehicles, because it's almost impossible for them to fly all their students to the destinations that they visit. For us here in the college, our participant population range between 100, sometimes 120. So for our internal tours, we do have the opportunity of going by air to some of the states that we visit. But of course, when we visit states that are contiguous with the Federal Capital Territory, we do still use buses and trains. But for the staff college, they can't afford that because of their size. So we do support them with our vehicles. In terms of whether we get assistance from TETFORM, no. For now, the budgetary appropriation still the sole source of funding for this college. But I would like to state that this college has the potential to generate some funding if we restructure properly, which we are already doing now, because there are so many international partners and bodies that would like us to do one or two things together in the areas of research, and they are willing to come in and assist us one way or the other. But the way the college has been structured has been very difficult for us to get any form of assistance. We are in the process now undergoing our own kind of sort of internal restructuring, and of course the German cooperation outfit, they are also looking at our own structure to see if we qualify for such funding assistance in the future. That process is ongoing. I am optimistic that somehow we're going to scale through, and then we'll have collaborations and cooperation from other bodies. We're also expanding. One of the things that we're doing is that the college has not started giving out its own degrees. We are in the process of transforming into a degree awarding, a postgraduate degree awarding institution, and for this we have written to the Honorable Minister of Defense, and I'm sure in a short while the Honorable Minister of Defense will be bringing our request to the National Assembly, so that the National Defense University bill can be looked into, because since this college moved from Lagos to Abuja and changed to National Defense College, the act establishing it has even not been changed. So it's an opportunity for us to not just change the name now, but also to transform into a postgraduate degree awarding university. And then we'll be able to access funding from TED Fund and other such bodies. But for now, the TED Fund funding is not there. And that is why it's sometimes difficult to carry out all our programs within a year. It can be very, very difficult. Difficult in the sense that 70% of these colleges and overhead costs is for travel and tours. And these travel and tours, by May, we have completed them. So what it means is that by May, about 80 to 85% of these colleges overhead budget is gone already. Because, like I said, 70% is for the tours. It was really difficult this year because of the Forex issue. So by the time we were ready to go on tour, the dollar was already well over 1,000 naira. It was really difficult for us to manage. We had to manage one way or the other. We still embarked on our African tour and our world tour, because every year we travel to about 26 countries, which is very important for us, because through that we also have the opportunity of embarking on our own defense diplomacy and fly our flags in all these places and make friends. It was really difficult, but we reduced the scope. And were able to just manage to go on those tours. It really depleted our resources, because it is a very significant part of our cost. It's just not possible for us to run the course without embarking on those tours. So yes, we were really impacted by inflation, and especially the Forex regime really impacted us. For us, we continue to play our role in the area of defense diplomacy, just like we mentioned in the presentation. We have 23 senior officers from friendly countries who are here now, and for this year, we have from Africa, of course, most of the countries in West Africa are here, but also from East, Southern, North, Central Africa, all parts of Africa are represented. And then we have participants from India, from Nepal, we have from Brazil also coming back this year. No European representative is here for this year, but I'm sure by next year again we'll be welcoming some officers from Europe to come here. We consider it very important. One, it gives us the opportunity to shape the perceptions of the senior military leaders around us, and also it's important for us to continue to render assistance to our partners in the fight against insurgency, terrorism, and other challenges that we are all facing together. And it's for that reason that, despite some of the diplomatic issues that we're having with some of our friends and partners, we continue to offer education to the officers. For instance, we have a senior officer graduated from here in Mali last year, and now again we still have an officer from Mali. This year also we have an officer from Burkina Faso, and we are very optimistic that we will start having officers from Nigeria from next year. We have an officer from Chad. It's important for us to continue to show leadership in our area, on the continent. So despite all these diplomatic issues, we continue to offer assistance to them. It is we see it as very vital. For the officers that come here from other countries, it's also important for us to have this international representation, because the problems that we do try to solve here in this hall and and of course in the syndicate rooms. Our problems are contemporary, there are world problems, and it's always good to have different perspectives. So when we have the Germans come here, they bring their own perspective. When we have the Brazilians come here, same purpose. And just as we go to their countries, they also come here. They actually have a lot to learn from us. Sometimes we think that they don't have, but when they come here and we discuss, especially in plenary with their directing staff, we discover that they really do have a lot to learn. And it is not just them. Earlier this year, we received a visit from the president of the National Defense University, Washington, D.C., who visited me here, and we had some talks. And then in July, just before our final exercise, a capstone class, that's their highest class at the National Defense University, which is made up of admirals and generals, newly promoted admirals and generals, came here to this college with their directing staff to sit in plenary with our participants here in this hall, and then later we had breakout seminars in our syndicate rooms. And when they left here that day, they were so happy. In fact, they didn't want to go because of the level of intellectual exchanges that occurred between those admirals and generals and our own participants. And that is why it is not just the Americans, the Chinese, everybody are willing to partner with us, because whether they like it or not, it's impossible for anyone to discountenance this country when it comes to Africa, especially it is our own region of West Africa. So yes, I think for us, we continue to pay host to these countries. We cannot overemphasize the need for us to make friends, and these friends that our senior officers are able to make during the course, those friendships do help us in future going forward. In terms of being in the middle of the city, yes, the college will eventually move to its permanent site in Pui along the airport road, which is just directly opposite the Institute of Legislative and Democratic Studies in Pui there. Our participants are already living there, members of faculty are living there, but the admin block, which will house the offices and classrooms, is yet to be completed. And over the years, the budgetary allocation to that project is so meager that a lot has not been achieved in the past 5-6 years. But the structure